When did you say, hey, I think I could make money doing this? So today we're on Business Under Fire with Javier Villarreal from Poteet, Texas.
Yeah.
That owns JVR Construction Services out of San Antonio.
That's right, San Antonio.
And this is Javier's first podcast ever, right?
Yes.
The lights are wild.
I'm terrified.
The podcast studio is wild. It's a weird thing, your first podcast, but the neat thing is there's nobody here. Whatever we have to edit out if we start cussing in Spanish. Are you bilingual?
I am very bilingual, yes.
We're going to get into that too, because that must help you a lot in your business too.
That's why I'm here. Yeah. It's an interesting story, but we can get into it for sure.
So tell me what the name of your business is, JVR Construction Service, and give me the scope of what you guys do.
So we are a general contractor construction management company for the federal government, Department of Defense. We specialized in, that's all we do. I always tell people that we have the biggest customer in the world, which is the DOD, right? So we manage certain contracts for the government. They have certain vehicles that they have, if you're familiar with that.
When you say vehicles, are you talking about actual vehicles? Or
They call them vehicles, but it's like certain contracts, like they put out contracts for 5-year, 10-year periods, and they allow us to come in and how to be a qualified contractor to do that work. They only allow 7 guys, 6 guys to go. Like, for example, we have at JBSA, we have a $140 million IDIQ contract.
And tell people what JBSA is.
Joint Base San Antonio.
So it's a big base here. Well, Joint Base in San Antonio, that encompasses
Randolph, Lackland, Camp Bullis, Fort Sam Houston. Those are the majority of the whole JBSA-wide military bases.
And so what were you doing, throughout your life that you decided, hey, I'm going to go be a general contractor? One of the things on this, it says, hey, when did you learn I can make money doing this? So tell me that story, how you decided to aim this way and go do what you're doing.
So I can start off with letting you know that both my parents are from Mexico, first generation here. My dad was a ranch foreman. Was born in Comfort, Texas. We were taking care of a beautiful ranch there in Sisterdale, Texas.
Nice.
So we go from a beautiful, amazing ranch, 7 miles of Guadalupe River.
Nice.
To my 7th grade year, my dad decided to take another opportunity in Poteet.
On a ranch.
Yeah. So all my life, I've been working hard. My dad, made us, I got 2 brothers, made us work with him, next to him to show us his work ethic, right?
That's great.
So I was pretty upset, though. It went from a beautiful place to the desert, right? I'm in 7th grade going into this, I don't want to say that word, but it's like a desert out there, right?
Poteet, Texas.
Poteet, Texas.
The strawberry capital of the world.
Right.
Describe Poteet a little bit, though.
Poteet's a small community. It was a 3A school.
Mostly Hispanic in population.
Mostly Hispanic. I can tell you all my buddies were Hispanic and about 4 white guys.
They call them güeros out there.
The güeros out there, that's right. Who's still good friends with. 7th grade year out there working. My parents, barely making it, right?
Mm-hmm.
First generation here. I was just excited to be able to get through high school and get out of there, right?
Was Spanish your first language? So mom and dad were speaking Spanish to you?
So my mom came from Mexico. She was 10 years old when she came into the United States with her parents. They were migrant workers. So they were able to get, certain passes to come in. She became a U.S. citizen. She went through high school. And so my mom spoke to us in English, and my dad spoke to us in Spanish. So I was able to be bilingual.
Cool.
Growing up, right? I had to know both languages pretty quick. So yeah, that's that's how I became bilingual, right? So that's kind of what made me understand the business quick. But let me go back a little bit. So two of my uncles work at Fort Sam Houston. You know, one of them's passed away, but one still lives. And good mentors saying, "Hey, what are you going to do after you graduate high school?" And I'm like, "Well, I have no idea. I just want to graduate and get the heck out of Poteet." Yeah. So they said, "Hey, why don't you look into running work as a construction guy for the government? It's a good niche."
How old were you when they were telling you this?
Like 17. I was a senior in high school, and then
No clue what you want to do, and they're telling you this.
yeah, they're like, I think we were talking about it when we had my graduation party at the ranch, and then they're like, "Well, we can hook you up. We know some people, because I mean, they know a lot of people. They've been on these bases, and they were able to hook me up with my first job. You know, I didn't have anything to. I gave it a shot, right? They're like, "Hey, we can hook you up, graduate, and then we'll get you your first gig." Sorry.
Yeah, you can pull it towards you. Boom.
There you go.
So graduate, they get you your first gig.
Yeah. So I was thinking, okay, do I go to college? But college wasn't for me. School was never a good thing for me.
But you grew up working your ass off on the ranch.
All the time.
And I grew up working. I used to ride the Greyhound bus down to Cotulla, Texas.
Oh, wow.
When I was 14 and working with guys from Mexico and working on the ranch. And I love that type of work.
Yeah.
So you decided that you were going to go and continue with that story.
Yeah. In high school, through school, I was never good at school, but I couldn't figure out I'm dyslexic, like really bad. I don't know that until now that I've become an adult and like realize, wow, I wasn't stupid. I was always getting put into these classes where, hey, you're a special ed kid, go ahead and get in this class. But I'm thinking, dude, I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
But I learned different. And I didn't realize that until, maybe I was like 19 or 20. But I can figure stuff out faster than everybody around me. I can problem solve quick. And I can see 10 steps ahead of anybody else.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's why I went to college. I went to community college at St. Philip's. I was able to get my certification as a home builder. And I said, okay, that's it. I'm done. I ended up getting that first job company in San Antonio called Mapco Inc. They were a huge government contractor at the time. That was back in 2002. And when I went to go work for them, I started off as a laborer. I was like, hey, just put me in. I don't care. I'll do whatever.
Give me a shovel, baby.
Give me a shovel. I mean, I started from the ground.
That's so interesting because I'll take a shovel any day of the week, a wheelbarrow, whatever you want. Just give it. I just need to be busy. Let me work.
Yeah. So in the government sector, right, these inspectors come around. You're on a job. You have project managers. You got engineers that come around to these job sites. Well, the majority of the people that are on a job site, especially in South Texas, San Antonio area, they're all Hispanic people. Majority of those people barely speak English, right? So I'm here, a young kid, punk kid, on a site, can speak English and speak Spanish. So I learned pretty quick. I was able to look at drawings. I was able to look at specifications.
They're starting to use you to go between the management and the laborers.
Yeah.
Just automatically.
Automatically, because hey, you can talk to both.
Yes.
And I loved it. I was like, dude, I could do this. This is too easy, right? I was like, yeah, I was sweeping and I was, doing all the types of labor work. But at the same time, when one of the project managers knew that I could read and write a little bit, and I was able to communicate with all the labor force out there, that changed my world.
So being bilingual has been a slingshot and a trampoline for you.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. And I was just being hungry, right? Like wanting to know more, show me more. And yeah, I mean, that's what today I look at. I go back and look at how it all worked out. and wanting to know more, teach me more, show me. A lot of the people that were managers, they probably were annoyed with me because I was always asking them questions. Hey, why do we do this? And why do we do that? And I was always asking. And they're like, man, dude, you ask a lot of questions. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm here to learn. I want to learn.
It's funny. This story is really interesting because it's mirroring a lot of stuff that I went through and did. And I told you before we started here, kind of the reason that I like doing the podcast is to show anybody that has any questions, a Mexican kid from Poteet, Ensenada, Catula, anybody, a kid that's from humble beginnings that they can get to wherever they want to go. And the stuff that you're saying, you're talking about the classes, you're in the whatever, they called it Youth Visions. And I went to Alamo Heights, and that was a program for troubled kids where they thought they weren't going to graduate or was dyslexic or this or that. And they threw me in there. And the teachers came to my wedding. So I love those. They helped a ton and did a great job. But the other thing that you're saying is the questions. I had people, they would nickname me. They'd say, your name's Tommy Q because you always got questions. And to people that are coming up, what would you say to them about doing exactly what you did and asking the questions and staying hungry?
It's all about staying hungry. Mm-hmm. I mean, you want to survive, you got to figure it out. My thing was fake it until you make it. Mm-hmm. I was doing stuff that, they put me in a position to say, okay, you're going to be a foreman. All right, what's a foreman? A foreman is the guy that makes sure that the crew's going right. They didn't give me a book to show me, hey, how do you become a foreman? You just have to fake it until you make it, understanding what you're doing, asking questions. And, in the industry, people kind of get annoyed with people like me, right? Like, hey, I want to know more. Teach me. But a lot of people don't know how to teach.
Yeah.
I find that in the construction industry, people don't know how to teach. They don't have a way to teach. They're like, hey, here's that book, here's that drawings, here's a specific, figure it out. Yeah. Figure it out. So I had to figure it out. All my life I've been trying to figure it out, right? With school, with everything. It comes back to like, figure it out. Yeah. So I was able to figure it out quick.
So when you started working and going between the management and the workers, when did you decide, and when did your uncles help you, figure out, hey, let me go start trying to do this on my own?
With that company, I was there for 5 years. In that 4-year period of time, I was able to become a superintendent. Then I was able to do quality control manager. They sent me to quality control managers classes. And then I started becoming a PM. And then all of a sudden, hey, well, you can do estimating. In the small business construction industry, you have to be a jack of all trades. You have to be able to do all hats. You're not like the bigger contractors, like the Turner Construction, where kids come out of college and this is all you're going to do. You're going to do safety and that's it. Yeah. Or you're going to be a superintendent and that's it. You're not going to wear 5 hats.
Yeah.
In the small business things, you have to learn all hats.
Yeah.
And that's what's cool about the small business environment is you're able to learn to do everybody's job.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean,
and at that point, they brought me into the estimating world. And I was like, dude, this is cool. Like, I get to build a proposal from start to finish. I was able to see everything from receiving the RFP, right? The government calls it RFP. It's a request for proposal. Hey, here's your RFP. Take it from there and see it through the whole process.
Yeah.
I was able to see that at a young age.
Yeah.
Okay. Not many people have that opportunity. That first company, I had it out with a couple of people in that business. So I got fired. I literally got fired because they asked me to do something that was so unethical, like I wasn't going to do it. Mm-hmm. And I still remember I got fired from that company and I was thinking, holy smokes, what am I going to do? Right. And I got married at 23. So I was sitting there thinking, man, I gotta go figure something out. Mm-hmm. So I got fired on a Tuesday because I wouldn't do something that they wanted me to do. And then from then, by Friday, I'm already looking. I mean, that day, the next day I was looking.
Yeah.
And Ended up getting hired by another company that was doing government work in San Antonio. Company's called Concor. They're a local company in San Antonio. I go to their office and I go, hey, I'm looking for an opportunity. And they're like, well, what do you know how to do? I was like, well, whatever you want. I just need a job.
Mm-hmm.
Go in there.
They didn't hand you a shovel this time.
They didn't hand me a shovel this time. They're like,
I've made it.
you know, they're like, you've done what? And I was like, yeah, I've been doing this. And I'm like, so the owner of the business, Jerry, great guy, he tells me, hey, go to Randolph Air Force Base. I have a guy there named Tom Williams. He's my program manager for all the bases. Go talk to him and see what he thinks about you. So I was like, right away. So I head over there. I go into their office and I'm like, hey, I'm here for an interview. He's like, all right. Tom Williams is a good guy. I love the guy. He works for me now.
Oh, cool.
I've been able to hire all my mentors.
Nice.
He goes in there. He's like, what do you know how to do? I was like, well, sir, I'm here to learn. I'll do whatever you need me to do. I don't care. I just need a job. Just put me to work. He's like, all right, I'll start you off as superintendent, and we'll see from there. I got problem jobs, so see what you can do.
Sweet.
So it puts me at Randolph, and he's on a MAC contract. It's a multiple award construction contract. It's a 5-year contract. In that 5-year contract, they put like $500 million for 3 contractors to go after. Like the pool is closed. So he's there. He's like, I need you to run 4 jobs. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, this is another scale of difficulty. Because I was like, yeah, I was able to get through it, but then he puts me in a different arena. I'm 23 years old and I'm there.
Dang.
And I'm like, okay, I got you. And I was able to finish, that first year I was able to close out, $15 million worth of work for him. And he's like, so you know how to estimate? I was like, well, I started learning. He's like, okay, come into the office. He's like, this software that we have, this is the next year. He's like, we're going to start getting all the RFPs that are coming out. And I'm like, okay. He's like, gives me the instruction book, the manual on all the software at that time. And I'm like, all right. Then again, he's like, if you have any questions, give me a call. I was like, all right, cool. I was calling him every other hour. And he's like, dude, really? Like, you're going to ask? I'm like, dude, you told me to call you and you were wanting me to learn. I'm here to learn. And sure enough, he taught me how to estimate in another level.
With that software. Was that a challenge for you?
No, because I wasn't reading or writing. I was entering numbers, right? So it's like finding the line item. Like government wants to see a full cost breakdown estimate. Mm-hmm. So you're finding what this RS Means books. Like the RS Means has every year they put out books to tell you what the nationwide average of pouring concrete or what it is to paint a wall, stuff like that. So yeah, I learned quickly on that software and I was able to take it and be his right hand man at Randolph to be on that contract for 4 years.
That's some invaluable on the job training you got.
Always put on the spot.
Yeah.
Like I think that's the only way you learn in life. It's like nobody's born as a project manager or as a QC manager or as a superintendent or an estimator. The only way you're going to learn is be out there and doing it.
Yeah, for sure. So you worked at this other place. You really got thrown into the government contracting, and you did it for how long before you went out on your own?
Government contract. I actually did it. Man, let me go back and think.
8 years or so?
I started JVR in 2017 of October.
So you were running as a project manager and doing all of the things needed to run a business. What kind of shocking surprises did you run into when you started on your own?
Shocking surprises starting on your own. As being in the business, I got to share this really quick because this is important to where I'm at now, right? So with Tom Williams, I was working for him. The company that we were working for got blacklisted for fraud.
Oh.
So we were sitting there. We had to bond, $25 million worth of work in that company. We got put in a blacklist. So at that point, I was scared. I was like, what's going to happen? What are we going to do?
The blacklist means you're not getting any more work.
The government freezes your accounts. They freeze everything.
Oof.
Yeah. So it happened that I became pretty popular amongst my competitors right? Because we were killing them. We had all the local knowledge, and a lot of these other companies come in. They're from out of state.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, I became good friends with their project manager, which is Rick Hell. He passed away 5 years ago. He tells me, "Hey, we need you, man. Why don't you come join our team?" And he would always ask me, come on, join our team. I was like, nah, I'm good over here. Well, as soon as we got blacklisted, I call him up. I'm like, hey, dude, I need that job. Is it still available? He's like, yeah. So that was my first job without a resume, without anything. They hired me on the spot. So the owner of that company is called South Bay. South Bay is owned by Paul Renteria, which is now he's a good mentor of mine. He's a good friend and mentor. So I went to go work for him, and that's where my next blow up of contracts, because I was running nationwide contracts for him.
At how old?
26.
Holy shit.
So yeah, from the West Coast all the way up to the East Coast, we did work, government contracts. Got to know him very well, helped him grow his business. Good people, good, humble people. And I left him for about 3 years, because I went to go work for a demolition company here in town called Robles One Demolition. Saul Robles is the owner, and him and his wife. He said, hey, why don't you come work for us? I was like, sure, I'll come help you. I wanted to go see what that was about.
Yeah.
I became their VP of operations at the age of 27, and help him grow this business I think he was doing about $1 million, and then when I left, he's almost close to doing 10. And but then I realized, you know what? I want to go back to the government game. So I called Paul back up, and I'm like, hey, I'm ready to come back. He's like, come on.
You prefer the government stuff over private stuff?
All day long.
How come?
It's because I know it very well. That's my wheelhouse. I can see it all. It's private sector's one thing, and there's so much competition, and there's so much people doing it. But when you're in the government game, there's not many people doing it. And I really enjoy something about that sandbox.
I don't know anything about the government stuff. The only thing we did is we cleared some land on Fort Sam one time for the museum there. What's the name of that museum? It's a really neat museum, but we cleared some land there and put in a big sprinkler system. And I remember you would have, inspectors from the city there, inspectors from the base, water tests, that.
Yeah.
And it was a lot from being private sector stuff to go on and do that. And this wasn't even full on government stuff. It just happened to be on a government base.
Wow.
So it's a whole lot of stuff. So you learned that was kind of one of the questions, is how did you learn all of the tricks and trades and of the construction world? And you learned it from hands-on. On the job training.
Learning on your own, and getting a little bit of pieces from mentors that you have, right?
What scope of work can you guys handle now?
So JVR, we're a big GC, right? Small business. We are an 8A certified company, meaning it's this program that allows you to build your capital, build your business to go to compete on the real world. That program's 9-year program. So
9 years to get certified?
No, 9 years in the certification.
Oh,
for the 8A program. I
saw the truck driving the other day, and it said like ISO 6000 certified or something. And I should have Googled it, but what does the 8A program mean?
8A program is for disadvantaged people, right? Minority-owned people, disadvantaged in the business. So that program, for us Hispanics or anybody that's in that program, there's 2 categories of an 8A program. So you have the Native Americans that get that program for life, or you got the Alaska Native corporations. They get that certification for life. Us, we only get it for 9 years, and we have to graduate the program.
Oh, they get you out of there?
Yeah. So, but the thresholds are different. Like for me, as my company, I can go get a direct award contract up to $4.5 million at a time. Those guys, they call them the Super 8As, and they get up to $100 million at a time. So that program, I'm in it till 2029.
And then what kind of transition do you go from there?
That's a good question, right? My vision is to be the next tier of a government contractor, which is competing with the big business. That's my goal. That's my vision of where I'm going to be at. Because the government has small business goals, right? They have to meet their small business goals. And if you're familiar with the NICS codes, right? NICS codes are like, hey, general construction to be small business, considered small business, it's like 39.5 million in revenue per year for a 5-year. I guess it's a 5-year point.
So
Average.
35 million in 5 years
39 million per
or
year.
per year?
Per year.
That sounds like big business to me.
Well, for the government, it's not. Right?
I know.
So if you pass that 39.5, then you graduate and you're part of the big boy packages, right? Like you're competing against the bigger guys. So I'm looking to be right at it.
Yeah.
And stay there with other different contracts.
And then what kind of GC work is in y'all's wheelhouse right now? Concrete, demolition, or?
Yeah, so what we offer to the government, because it's specialized, right? One day we can be doing fire protection, fire suppression systems to demolition. We do historical preservation for the government. Anything that has to do with construction. It's more, I tell people it's more of a construction management. We can manage any construction contract. Vertical, horizontal, renovation, design build, anything. Like we're doing renovation work, HVAC work. JVR does have a electrical division. We are a state licensed electrical company, and we have a program for what's it called? We have a program. What's the name of it? Forget. We have an apprentice program.
Oh, for electricians?
Yeah. I decided to do that. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do my in-house electrical work.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put an apprentice program for kids that want to come in and learn.
There's a lot of them. I'm up at Texas Tech a lot. So you get guys that they get into college. They go to college. They're like, man, this is just not for me. And they want to go be electricians or they want to go project manage. And so do y'all do any recruiting anywhere?
We do. We actually do. I mean, I always tell people you can be an electrician and we get you to be a journeyman. On all government projects, we have to pay the scale, the Davis-Bacon wage. Mm-hmm. So right now, my guys that are journeymen are making like $49 an hour.
Oh my gosh.
So you tell me, like, you can make $49 an hour as an electrician.
Mm-hmm.
That's big money.
That's a great.
HVAC guys, plumbers, pipe setters, all those trades are making big money. Now, your concrete guys and your finish out guys, they make good money, but not like your MEPs.
Man, that just makes it like there is no reason to not go be a tradesman if that's what you like doing, working with your hands and gluing pipe or.
Yeah.
That is can they work over 40 hours a week?
If I allow them to, yeah. Right?
Not at time.
I'm like, we're not doing overtime, guys. No. We do our 40, we go home.
Yeah, but that's $2,000 a week.
That's a lot of money, man.
I know. They probably get a company truck.
Yeah, they get taken care of. Pretty
Golly.
Well. Yeah. Any guy that works on a government installation is making good money.
Yeah.
The private sector is a different animal, right? But I tell people, so that's why we pick the best of the best. We're like, nope, you can go work over there. If you want to work here, you have to be a lead.
Yeah. How many employees do you guys have at JVR?
We run about 35 to 50 people. We are nationwide. We do work all the way from California, Arizona. We got some work in Florida. We got some work in soon to be. We're going to do work up in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. So we run anywhere from 40 people to 50 people, but it's mainly all project managers, QC managers, superintendents.
Yeah.
So,
man, that's why I just find it, phenomenal that a dude from Poteet, Texas is doing this stuff. And it just blows my mind that it just blows my mind that people can do that from humble beginnings and that this is available to everybody. What does it take for somebody, the consistency and the drive? What would you say to somebody that's looking to start something big or get into their own business? What does it take from you day to day to do that stuff? Is it easy?
It's not easy. It's not easy. My mentor, Paul, tells me, and he's like, you make it look easy and why people think, but I'm like, but it comes easy to me, right? But it's hard. You're working 7 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
I tell people that come and ask me like, hey, is it awesome working for yourself? I'm like, yes and no. You're always working for somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, the IRS is knocking on your door every day.
Yeah.
Right. Anybody that runs a business knows that you better pay your taxes.
Yeah.
And that's what's been hard for me. It's like, oh, you're making money, but you're also working for Uncle Sam. Like, It's never go work for somebody or working for yourself. You're still working for somebody.
You're always looking for a job. You're always hunting for work.
Yeah.
You're always knocking on doors, always prospecting. Every interaction is an opportunity.
For sure.
And working for yourself is, I've told people it's got me everything I ever wanted, but damn, it's been, it's just tough sometimes. And other times, like I'm going to Rhode Island tomorrow, and it's just, it gives you everything you want, but it takes a lot. So why do you do it?
I do it. That's a good question. I do it because I like the challenge, right? But what you just said, it takes a lot out of you. And that's, you're in the ocean and you're trying to swim, right? But nobody told you how difficult it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
There's not many people that can tell you, hey, be careful. These are the things that you're going to have to deal with. I got a couple of friends that have their own businesses, and they said, hey, it's lonely on the top. I was like, what do you mean? They're like, you'll get there. You'll understand. It's lonely on the top. Nobody understands what you're going through. Only the people that have gone through there. And I'm like, oh, now I see it.
And how many people tell you or offer you advice that have never been in your shoes?
There's a couple of them, Yeah.
I've said it a lot of times. When people tell me, you know what you should do, I just automatically turn my brain off, especially if they've never, they've never been in those shoes before, and they've all got opinions for you.
They all have opinions, but you know what? I'm okay with that. Like, I like to listen to everybody. Even if you've been down that road or not, I'll listen.
Yeah.
I always take anything out of it. I'm pretty easy. I just laugh inside my head. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. It's like no big deal. But yes, you're right. There's a lot of people that will talk a big game, and they're like, okay, well, he's a big game talker, but what have you actually done?
Yeah. Well, I asked you, so, why do you do it, and what keeps you motivated, and what keeps you trucking?
Well, now, right? I've been married for, this November. I'll be 20 years. I've married my girlfriend that was from high school.
Where was she from? Poteet?
No, she's not from Poteet. She's actually from San Antonio.
Cool.
So I met her. What keeps me going is my 3 daughters and my wife, right? Like, that's everything to me. I leave the house and I do it for them. Because now it's like, it was for me, but I've been there and I've accomplished it.
Mm-hmm.
But what keeps me going is my family. There's a lot of people that depend on me.
Are they your number one cheerleader?
All day long.
That's a good.
All day long. Like my 3 girls, I got a 15-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a 10-year-old, and yeah, my dad's girl.
Yeah, I told you the other day, I have a buddy that has, I think he has 5 biological daughters, and then they adopted one. He goes, I couldn't even adopt a son.
Yeah, I know. But they're the ones that keep me going.
Yeah.
They're the ones that motivate me. They're the ones that keep, like, I go home and deal with a bunch of stress, but when I get home, it's like, that's why I do it for, man.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, yeah, that's what keeps me. My goal in life is to give them more than what I had, right?
Yeah.
Like, they have to go out. when I tell my daughters, I go, you guys are going to be able to do whatever you want, whatever college, whatever profession you want. Dad and mom are going to be able to give that to you.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That's, I mean, it's just nuts to think that you have done that and worked that hard to be able to provide for your daughters that things that were never afforded to you.
Yeah.
And you know, at the end of this, I always ask people what your what does success look like to you? And so we're not at the end, but I mean, you couldn't have said it any better on what you just described for what you're doing for your daughters.
Yeah.
And it's to me, it's just an unbelievable thing to be able to say stuff like that. And I feel like that's why we do this show, is to say that a guy like me and a dude like you is providing opportunities. You're providing unlimited opportunities to your daughter. If they tell you they want to go to Harvard,
Done.
you can say yes.
Yeah.
Which is nuts. So we got a helicopter in the background. Tell me about how your mentors have helped you. And then I've got a little story on two of my mentors that we briefly touched on. But how important has it been in your life to have mentors?
Oh, it's everything. Everything. I mean, so I give credit to the people that deserve the credit, right? So I was able to develop my business, and I hired all my mentors.
That is insane.
So I got Tom Williams. That's my chief. He's my chief guy. He's my head estimator. He's gonna be, I don't know, he's like 60-ish. Mm-hmm. I don't know, Tom. Sorry, I don't really know your.
Just call him 59.
59.
Yeah, he's 59 and handsome.
Yeah, he's a good dude, but he's getting grumpy. I'm like, as you get older, people get grumpy, and I'm like, dude, be happy. Come on. He's like, I'm ready. I'm ready to retire. I'm like,
sure.
Yeah. You're never gonna retire, brother.
Yeah.
Not with me. I got Tom and I got Raul Ibarra. Raul Ibarra was a heck of a mentor. He still works for me. He's 70-something years old. He's my general superintendent for my company. I love that guy. You know, it's like that guy took me under his wing when I was 18 years old. And he showed me everything. To the day of when I left that company and he was my mentor, I would call him if I had any questions.
Yeah.
I go, hey, Raul, I got this problem. What do I do? I'll do this, do that, do that. You're good. That guy built hospitals. He's done everything for the government from the ground up, right? So I was able to hire all my mentors and people that I ran into at a young age have come in. I got my master electrician, Jesse Ibarra. I mean, Jesse Ibarra, and I don't tell this story, but he was the first guy that, hey, you know what? I got an old truck that you can have. Or he's like, just give me $1,500 for it. It was an F-150. Mm-hmm. I'm like, brother, to this day, and I got to go back and tell him, I go, he gave me that truck. He's like, pay me when you can. That guy works for me now. So I was able to surround myself with all my mentors, mm-hmm. you know. But my number one mentor was my mom and dad, right? Obviously, they humble people. You know, my dad would tell me, hey, the only thing you got in life is your job, and you got to take care of your job. Mm-hmm. People don't take care of their job, but that's the only way you're going to put food on the table, right? So my dad was able to give me that great, awesome explanation about what it is to work, mm-hmm. you know. He passed away at 62, but my mom's there. You know, I got good people around me, man.
Yeah.
But my partner, I got a partner in my business, which is my mentor. He owns another business, and we did what they call the mentor protege. So that allows affiliation from a big business to a small business as a government program. So he was my boss, and I told him, hey, I'm going to go on my own. He's like, let me help you. Great. We did that program, and it allows affiliation, and it allows him to take ownership in my business once I ramp it up. So with him being my partner and a friend, he's gone through all of it. He's been able to go through everything that I've been able to accomplish. And he's telling me, hey, don't do that. or do this. So yeah, he's a partner in JVR.
And then you decided that you would mentor other people.
I've been able to take a lot of people, subcontractors, concrete guys, flooring guys, drywall guys that are like, hey, I want to start something.
You were telling me this.
Yeah.
You were saying, so by mentoring people, you're taking tradesmen that are hungry,
Yeah.
putting them where they need to be.
Helping them.
Yeah.
Helping them. They can't cover payroll. Don't worry about it. Let's go. Come on. I got guys that are like, I want to start my own business, and they're master plumbers. They're master, got HVAC guys, whoever. I'm like, hey, you help me, I help you. Let's go. Let's run. And I've been able to help. I love to see other people succeed just like I have.
Yeah.
That's what gives me joy, right? Is you're able to give them the knowledge or the help for them to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody teaches you how to run a business.
No, and what I like, what you are talking about right now, what I like is that a lot of people that do own business, successful people, will help other people. They are approachable. And again, another reason why we are here is to hear exactly what you're talking about now. That if somebody is hungry, if there is a plumber that's hungry and willing to work, they can reach out to you. And eventually, I mean, you won't even have enough places for these people to go because you'll have so much work everywhere. If they're willing to do it, you got a spot for them.
Right.
And that's what I want. I wish people would understand. Make the phone call. They can call JVR. They can find you and put themselves in front of you, because it's not easy, but they have to pick up the phone. Nobody's going to do it for them. Did anybody do it for you?
No.
None.
If you're hungry, you got to go out and get it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong by asking. Don't be embarrassed to ask.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing when I tell people. It's like, if you don't know something, there's no stupid question. There really isn't.
Yeah.
Nobody knows everything, but you got to ask. And what's cool about helping people, for me, right? They have the idea. They're great tradesmen. They're great guys. They know it, but they don't understand the business side. And it's okay, right? You help them, guide them. You need a good CPA, right? You need your insurances in place. You need all this stuff. And don't forget, paperwork is a big deal.
Yeah. What I do kind of want to dig into that, and you don't have to answer everything or not, but if once you left working for somebody else, where did you go and get capital or get anything to get your ball rolling with your own business?
So what I did, right, in 2017, Paul, my mentor, he's like, hey, you're going to have to start this on your own. I'm like, yeah, I'm cool with that. So I went out, had some equity in my house in New Braunfels. My wife and I built a house in New Braunfels and was able to pull a, equity loan. I took $35,000 and put them in the account. It's like, okay. So from October, it was like October 7th, I was able to get my first contract with the government, like a $1.8 million contract, right? But I needed bonding. I needed all these things. So he was helping me and guiding me how to get there.
Mm-hmm.
But it took $35K as a loan to start my business, right? And I tell people, it's like, it's a gamble. Everything's a gamble in life.
It's a big gamble.
Everything's a gamble in life.
It's a big gamble, but that's what what I want people to know is it's not handed to you. You might have to pull equity out of your house. You might have to put your house on the line for a job, which you did.
Yeah.
And how long after you got that contract, is that when you started rolling? And then who was the first hire?
My first hire, I was able to bring guys that I knew from other companies, right? My first hire was Mike Tomlin, superintendent. I was like, come on, Mike, we're going to do this. And he's like, all right, let's go. But Mike used to work for Paul, which is my mentor. He's like, hey, take that guy with you. He's a good dude. I'm like, yeah, heck yeah. So Mike Tomlin has been with me and with Paul for over 18 years. Guy's solid. We've had our ups and downs, but he was my first. when you run government work, you need to have a competent person on site, right? So they're like, you got $1 million job. They want to know who the superintendent is. You put in your QC plan, and then you got to say, who's your superintendent? So you have to give them the resume so they make sure that it's a competent, qualified person. So
Yeah.
dude had over 18 years. He has over 18 years of experience.
What would you say are a couple keys to success in business with regards to people?
You know what, man? People are difficult. That's one thing I've learned in this business. That's my hardest part, is to manage the people. I'm really good at selling. I'm really good at bringing, work into the business. The revenue comes in, but it's the people person. Managing people is the most difficult part of my career right now.
There's a lot of personalities in there, isn't there?
It's hard. It's hard. You got people that don't get along with people. You got, that person has problems, and it becomes your problem. And it's like, dude, why do I got to deal with that? That's been my frustration of my business, is managing the people.
How do we get out of, as the CEO of a corporation or company, how do you put that problem onto somebody else so they don't have to bother you with it?
I'm still trying to figure that out. I hired people that say they can run my operations. It doesn't work. The problem is finding a person that understands government lingo and construction, right? You can find a construction guy all day long to run your operations. But if they don't know the government piece, then it doesn't work for you, because he has to be able to know how to take care of that customer.
But how do you find the people that can deal with all the internal issues that you have?
I'm still working on those issues, right? Like I'm trying. Like I got recruiters trying to recruit for me right now, right? Operations, senior project managers. Like, it's a hard thing to find right now.
And especially when you're trying to run and do a great job with business, because you're a people person, right?
I'm a people person.
So you have a knack for I tell people that's one of my best talents, is plugging people into the positions that they want to be. So I have a knack for talent, but then I don't want to deal with the internal BS later on, So you've recruited them to do this job, and then they want to tell you everything that's going on, but I slowly back away from that. But like you're good at oiling the machine, And so someone else has to be good at that. It's a hard position
it's a hard position to find.
Yeah.
Those people are like a diamond in the rough. They really are.
Yeah.
Because they have to be personable. They have to know how to manage people. They got to know how to manage the customer still. So one thing for us in the contracting world, for me, it's like, okay, one thing is bringing the work in, right? All day long, it's easy to bring the work in. But another thing is to execute it.
Yeah.
So the execution part of it, like you said, who's going to be running your people on a day-to-day basis to make sure they do the execution portion right?
Yeah.
I have a hard time finding that person, but I'll find them. I know I'm going to find them, right? It's just, they're out there.
If they're listening now,
right?
You never know who's listening.
You never know. You never know. But it's that unique person.
Yeah.
In our culture too, because I run my business. I don't have all these levels of management, right? We're a small business, so everybody's pretty much in the flat. Like, hey, do your job. I hire you. Do your job. You don't need somebody to tell you, hey, are you there on the job site? Are you doing your job? Like, no, dude, you're an adult. Here's your computer. Here's everything you need to go do your job. And you can ask my team. It's like, I don't micromanage them.
I don't want to micromanage.
I don't micromanage. It's like, I expect you to do your job. If the customer calls me complaining about you, I know you're not doing your job. Right? It's that simple. So I don't have all these levels of management to manage people, because I'm like, dude, no, I look at it different. I'm like, if I hire you, do your job. That's it. Nothing else. But yeah, you're right. It gets to a complication part of, okay, now those people need to report to somebody. You're trying to grow your business, and it's like you're stuck.
Yeah.
I'm in that stuck point right now where I need to find my high level management team.
They're out there. You never know who's listening to this podcast. I've had people call from other parts of the world.
Wow,
It's
that's cool.
insane.
That's cool.
That was part of the reason I did this. Like I told you, I have zero expectations, but one of them was to find out who listens to these things. And this has been a good example for me of, everything starts with an idea, right? And then you've got to put it in place. So mental creation, the physical action. And this was an idea, and then physical action to keep it going. And then discipline is what keeps it going for the year. And so I use that analogy for anything in business, kind of with what you're doing, just keeping that ball rolling, and the what's the word for it? Just it's like going to the gym. You have to be consistent on anything you're doing. So, where was I going with that? I get lost sometimes,
No, that's good. I mean, it's okay to get lost. I mean, what about you? I mean, you're a guy you're a pilot. You own restaurants. I mean, you're like tipping a different type of business. To me, it's pretty cool. Like, oh, you're not afraid. I like this subject, right? I tell people, do one thing and be good at it.
Yeah.
And there's people out there that want to be good at everything. And I'm like, dude, it doesn't work out that way. But it seems for you, it's been working out.
That's an interesting point, because you listen to or read on some of the most successful people in the world, and they say, hey, you need to be sharp like a dagger. Go after one thing, focus on it, and be very good at it. Mm-hmm. Well, I get bored easy. I have ADHD times 10. And
I get it.
and with my career and what I've done is I always wanted to be an airline pilot. Well, September 11th happened when we were going to be graduating for college. I dropped out 2 classes short. So I was never going to fly, and I was mowing grass, landscaping, and doing a good job at it and making a living doing it. That transitioned into owning a nursery that we put a bar. And so I do a lot of things, but I also tell people I do everything I want. And I want to fly airplanes for a living. I don't want to do it full time. I like doing it part time as I do. And I always wanted to fly jets. Well, now I fly jets. And the restaurants and the construction stuff it's all been kind of a byproduct of my life. And I think it's interesting that you grew up on a ranch working, and that's where I learned my hard work. And that's where I learned that, I have no time for a grown man that wants to come work landscaping with us or digging or putting in sprinklers or concrete. That's when I learned the value of hard work. And I lose all credibility with somebody when it's a grown man that has a family and they don't want to shovel dirt with me. Because even today, if me and you want to go outside, I will go and work. Yesterday, we were changing tires on a tractor shredder down in Laredo. It's 105 degrees. And so if somebody wants, as long as I see that they're putting forward effort in their job, if it's bartending, if it's digging holes, so long as I see the effort, I'm happy with them. When I see them give up effort and throw in the towel on whatever it may be, it loses credibility with me. And I think I don't know where we were going with that question, but it's I don't know, it's a work ethic thing, man. If you've got the work ethic and the drive, I'm on your team, and I love seeing it. But when people throw in the towel at easy stuff and give up easy, that drives me crazy.
Yeah, it's you're like, come on, man. Like, I get it. I tell people, back to what you're saying, that dagger, right? Like, you do something, but do it good. Mm-hmm. But then maybe master that and go find something else to master.
Yeah.
Right. But I don't have that desire of mastering something else. I'm good at what I do, and that's all I want to do.
General contracting encompasses a whole lot of things.
Yeah.
And I get bored with one thing. I don't want to go. I think that's why I liked the landscaping and the outdoor work, because one day you're doing a deck. The next day you're doing fencing. The next day you're doing tree trimming. The next day you're doing sprinklers. So as a whole, And I tell people this too. I say the only thing I'm really good at is working outside of your house, and that's my artwork. If you've seen any of our restaurants or the patios, the outsides are all just that's my artwork. It's like the only thing I'm good at. So
You say something really interesting. It's like, I'm good at what I do, but yes, in construction, you're doing something different every day. Like, you don't go in and do the same thing every day. I think that's why I'm really good at what I do, because what you're saying, I wouldn't be able to do a 8 to 5 doing the same thing every day. Like, that would be tough for me.
yeah,
But because I'm challenged, going out there and getting the deals, like, that's where it's at.
yeah.
So if you want to do something different every day, go in construction.
Yeah, it helps me.
You won't be bored. You won't be bored.
No, and I like sales. That's a fun challenge. Just like you trying to get the jobs on the government jobs, though. Is it a lot of sales? Do y'all have to go about the sales process the same as if it was in a public sector, or is it the same thing? You meet the qualifications, send us your estimate, and if you get it, you get it.
So the marketing side of sales with the government, we don't do much marketing. Well, I take that back. My wife does have a degree in marketing, so she helps us with our, we do conferences and stuff to put us out there.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the time, you are developing relationships. You go in. Have you ever seen the movie Watch Dogs?
I don't watch TV.
Oh, well, it's a movie, right? I always tell people I'm the watchdogs of construction, because those guys go and get on a website. They see what the government needs. You go on there, you look at what work is coming out, and you go after the work that way. There's really no marketing yourself with the customer. And is the only marketing you do is by performing. Once your foot's in the door, you better do a good job, and they'll keep calling you.
Good. What does the future look like for you guys right now? What's on your game plan for the future in the next 5 or 10 years with what you're doing?
So my future right now is I've developed another joint venture, another entity with a company out of Louisiana, the Cada Group. They are a Native American company. Have a relationship with them. We just developed our joint venture. It's a separate entity that I own 49%. They're 51%. And with them in partnership, we are going to be able to get more direct awards with the government. So we put that together in August, and we're already running quick with it. So I'm able to sell to the customer where, hey, you can come to JVR with my new joint venture partner that's in the Native American, that we can do a contract up to $100 million.
God, that's a big one.
So I'm working on that entity right now, which is called KEI Alliance. That's a group that we put together with them, and starting off well. Like
$100 million job would be a massive job.
That's my goal.
But the government hands those out like candy, don't they?
If you're good at what you do, they will. If they trust you, yes. That's not that easy, right? But once they know who you are and that they can trust you, they'll, hey, you have that certification? Yeah, we can give you a $20 or a $30 million contract. You sit there and negotiate it. Go run it.
That would be badass.
So right now, that's my 10-year plan, is developing that relationship with my same customers, the same contacts that I have. Because I'll graduate the program in 2029. I'll still have a lot of past performance. Another thing, too, is that you need to have past performance to go after government contracts. They want to see what you've done for the government. So because we have all the past performance, I'm able to get on bigger jobs, showing them the history, right? But like you said, what's my 10-year game plan is keep going with government contracts, but in a bigger scale.
What do you think? I like that we're about the same age. What do you feel and think about retirement?
It's funny you say that. My wife and I had a discussion the other day about how hard are you going to push it? I told her I would push it hard till 2030, right? Because I have this whole thing. If I can find the key management team, like you said, that they can go ahead and take care of everything for you and just be watching it from the outside, that's my goal.
Yeah.
I don't think I can ever walk away from it 100%
Yeah.
because I enjoy what I do. I enjoy getting up, going to work, going to see my people that work for me. And I mean, everybody that works for me is part of my family.
Yeah.
That's how I look at things. Like if you work for me, you're part of my family. I know who you are, how the kids, how's this, how's that. And I don't think I can walk away from it 100%, but I would love to be able to be like, okay, I'm going to go in the office for like 2-3 hours and then go spend time with my wife and my kids or whatever. Right. But still be part of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I feel like I want to go. Our kids are about the same age too. I want to go harass them while they're at college.
No, that'd be cool.
If they're in sports or whatever they're up to, just go spend the weekend there.
Yeah.
Be great.
Yeah, go travel, see where they're at. I mean, I really tell my girls, you guys, girls better do something big. Like, you're going to be able to have that opportunity. And I hope they become doctors. That's what I would like to.
My daughter wants to become a vet. And
hey, that would be cool.
And it's becoming to the point where it's not that she wants to. We were at College Station this past weekend. They got a good vet school there, and she is gonna be a vet. Like, she doesn't have any other direction. That's all she wants to do.
That's awesome, man.
It's neat to see because she's 16, and at 16 I was probably smoking dope under the bleachers at Alamo Heights High School or something like that. Maybe the back alley.
That's funny.
Burning some Marlboro Lights. And but it's neat to see that she's sharp like the tip of the damn pen. She's focused on that, and I love to see it. So I'll go harass her at A&M or wherever she decides to go.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
It's funny. So you graduated from Alamo Heights?
Yeah.
We moved into Alamo Heights like last year. So
Yeah.
my kids are going to Alamo Heights school now.
Y'all were living in New Braunfels?
Yeah, we built a house in New Braunfels off of 306. But is it 306? Yeah, 306.
Yeah.
It just got to be too much on the traffic for me.
Yeah. Oh, you were driving back and forth to San Antonio.
Yeah, because my office is in San Antonio.
Which is not a 30-minute commute.
Not anymore.
No, it's an hour easy.
Minimum.
Yeah.
Right? So I told my wife, I was like, I can't. I'm stuck in traffic for 3 hours. It doesn't make sense. Let's move back into town. She didn't want to, but I promised her, like, look, come on. We could do this. This be the last time for a while.
It's kind of a highfalutin place over there too, though. But if I didn't come to New Braunfels, my next choice would have been going to go back to Alamo Heights. It's a good education, safe place, and it's a good spot. I drive back through there. We still landscape. We did a job on Alamo Heights Boulevard a couple, maybe 3 months ago or so, and back when I was a kid, I didn't appreciate it as much, but I drove through there the past few months. I'm like, man, this is nice over here.
Oh, I love it. I mean, you got everything so close to you.
Yeah.
I mean, I go to the airport in 7 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, take an Uber there. Got great places to eat, but it's a good place.
It's a good spot. Another question I like is for you guys before we wrap it up. It's been an hour.
Oh, wow.
It never seems like
I was getting terrified. I was like, can I do an hour at the podcast?
Easy. The people that you can't do it, I always do an hour. I've done like 40 minutes sometimes. And that's when people are like, they just don't want to talk. And you're like, oh, man, what am I going to ask? Where am I going to go with this?
Out of it.
Well, I'm a natural talker. So
yeah, me too.
For me to have to ask the questions and stuff, and again, but this is taking repetition. The first few episodes and stuff, I'm like, oh, crap, what am I going to do? But I could go for 3 hours probably, but I don't know if people would want to listen.
Right. They're probably like, nah, this guy's crazy.
Yeah. And then you say that and people are like, man, I wanted that one to keep going on. You're like, you can never make everybody happy.
Nah, never.
But what does success look like to Javier these days? What is your definition of success?
What is my definition of success? Honestly, I haven't really thought about that.
Yeah.
Because I'm so busy in the day-to-day thing, in the grind.
Yeah. Well, lucky for you, I have more questions.
Well, that's a good thing, right? I don't know. I think my success, going to the store and buying whatever you need.
That is funny.
And not worrying about, can I afford it? and it's it sounds kind of snotty, but I don't mean to be snotty about it. It's just I'm able to go and do what I want to do without looking at my bank account, which is I know a lot of people today are going through hard times.
Yeah.
You know, this economy, but I'm very blessed as a man with my family. I'm a blessed person. I'm able to do whatever I want to do. That's success for me.
Yeah.
I'm able to say, you know what, y'all want to go on a trip? Let's go on a trip. But that to me, I think would be the definition of success. I think I've accomplished where I don't have to worry about, am I going to make it? Right?
Swiping your debit card for dinner or lunch and not thinking about it is success.
That's to me. It's like, you know what? I can go to H-E-B and
Me
buy
too.
steaks for the night. I don't care. Like, that to me is success.
I know. Isn't it wild that we have these huge targets with these gigantic businesses and then your definition of success is being able to go to the restaurant and eat. And it is successful. It is.
It's amazing.
I know.
I mean, growing up, not be able to, my parents wouldn't, we'd go to Burger King and that was success for us. It was like, oh, heck yeah, we're going to go to Burger King on a Friday night.
I know.
But now it's like I can take my daughters to the Brazilian steakhouse. Like that to me is my success. Let's go out, girls. Let's go have a good dinner. Or let's go to Pluckers to eat wings. That's our spot. Pluckers. My girls love Pluckers, man. And that to me, it's like, you know what? That's what life's about. Is that you're able to wake up and not worry about the struggles of having money in the bank account.
What would 20-year-old Javier, what would you tell that young man at today? What would you say to that guy?
I would tell that guy that everybody that comes in your way of life, any person might change the direction that you're going.
Mm-hmm.
So watch. Keep an eye on the people that come into your life, right? Like I tell people this all the time. Anybody, like you're in a journey and somebody can change the direction you want to go.
Big time.
And you just got to be on the lookout for that. If somebody would have told me that, I would have paid more attention.
Yeah.
Right? It's like you're a pilot. You know that you're going to get a point A to point B, right? But then you're like, oh, I got some clouds coming in the way, right? You got to be careful with the storms. So certain people could be storms.
True.
And certain people could be the sun of this is what you need to do.
Yeah.
I think that to me is what I would tell myself.
That is a good point.
Right? I mean, yeah, even from neighbors, right?
Yeah.
I've had some good neighbors, New Braunfels neighbors and, doctors and certain people that have touched my life a certain way that are friends of mine now that have directed me like, hey, you know what? Keep an eye on this it's just the people that you meet in life. They can either be good or bad, and just be careful.
It's not the what you know, it's the who you know. And my neighbors, like where you live right now, I've told people this before. I bought a house on Lake McQueenie when I was 26 or something like that, which is an expensive place to live, especially for a 26-year-old lawn guy. But the people that I met on the lake and the business people, they are all but business owners. They all have advice, and two of my neighbors ended up becoming my best friends and really mentored me and helped me and still do today. And like where you live right now, your neighbors, it's not going to be the guys mowing the grass. It's going to be the guys that own the landscape companies that can help you to wherever you are. And people don't think about that thing. And I had told we went to the ski lodge the other day at Lake McQueenie. It's a little private club. I said, I'm going to have, every time I come to the ski lodge, I get work. Every time. And I went to the ski lodge. I met with, shout out Waylon who listens to this. But we got a job just going to dinner from one of the guys at the ski lodge that will help us pay for that ski lodge membership. So it is who you're around and who you deal with. And your analogy of watching, listen, pay attention, but watch out for the storms and look for the sunshine with the people. That is a perfect analogy and the truth.
Yeah.
Well, where can people find you guys in your business? Email, website?
Yeah, we got a website out there. I mean, we keep up with it. That's pretty much how you could reach out. I mean, we don't do much marketing on that, but yeah,
Government workers.
government workers.
Good. Well, it's been my pleasure, man. I was happy to meet you the other day. I met him because I was flying him on a little trip to go look at some work. And you guys were you got a phone call and you went out there immediately.
Yeah.
And that's the shit people don't do. And that's why you're successful, is because you did it. You might or might not get the job, but you were.
No, we're gonna get the job.
I hope you do.
No,
I
we
want
are. We're negotiating right now.
Good. But you went out there and just knocked it out quick, and that's the shit it takes. So I appreciate you taking your time, coming out and letting us hear your story and where you've been and your walk through life. And if you have time, we're going to go eat at the #1 barbecue joint in Texas.
You know, it's funny you said that. I told my wife I'm gonna go eat there, and she's like, "Man, what the heck?" I was like, "Yeah, we've been trying to go, and every time we go, it's like a big old long line."
Yeah. Well, we have to wait in line for a while, but it won't take too long.
All right, man.
So I appreciate you coming out and really enjoyed it, Javier.
Thank you so much.
All right.